going to win? Yeah! Wait a minute, I didn't hear you. Are we going to win this race?
Yeah!
Well, thank you so very much, and I am so touched by the incredible turnout today. And I have to really thank those who have come forth. That great guy, Assemblymember Ed Hernandez. What do you think?
Yeah!
And what about his brother, Assemblymember Mike King?
Yeah!
Our local elected officials, thank you so much for sharing your words with us. And I am so touched by the words of Irma Rincon. Thank you so much. Irma and Anna Solis and Mrs. Solis, Sam, the whole family has come out in support of me. And I really appreciate it. It's a huge honor to carry on the great tradition of Hilda Solis. And I am ever, ever so grateful. Thank you. You know, it was on December 18th when I was having a nice quiet breakfast, and then I heard the stunning news that President Obama had picked Hilda Solis as his nominee for Secretary of Labor.
Yeah!
And I was so thrilled because she is a person of integrity. She works hard. She's for progressive values. She will do a magnificent job in this position. But then it occurred to me, the congressional seat would be open. And after I thought about the fact that this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, after I thought about the fact that this is an opportunity to help President Obama change America in Washington, D.C., and after I thought about my 20-year friendship with Hilda Solis and the great legacy that she's left in this district in serving her community, I said I had to run for the seat, and now I'm a candidate for Congressional District 32. You know, it's been quite a journey. I started off on a school board, then there was an English-only movement that happened in Monterey Park. There were old-time residents that resented the new. They wanted English only on the signs in the city and only English books in the library. When they passed an English-only resolution saying that only English should be spoken in the city, that's when we all said enough is enough. We fought it and we defeated it. And I got elected to the city council, and I spent the next 13 years bringing the city together. I was so gratified when, in fact, 7 years later, we actually got the grand prize by the League of California Cities for innovation in addressing diversity. And then, in 2001, the assembly seat opened up. And so I decided to run. But you know, it was a really difficult seat to run for because there was an old boys network. And they didn't see people like me. And in fact, I had a male opponent who had all the major institutional support. It looked bleak, but there was one person who stepped forward to support me. I remember that point in time very well, and it was Congresswoman Hilda Solis. Yet she stepped forward, I pulled an upset, and I won, and I serve in the state assembly. And in the state assembly, I got to fight for consumer rights. When immigrants came into a car dealership, they negotiated with them in one language, but the written contract was only in English. They couldn't understand what was on, and they were cheated. So I did a bill which said that if you negotiate for a contract in one language, the written contract must be in the same language. And I got to fight for workers' rights. When Mr. Asuncio in Valdivia was made to work 10 hours straight picking grapes in 105 degrees temperature, he fell over from heat exhaustion. And the vineyards told them, oh, we're not going to have an ambulance. Son, take the father home. So the son took the father home and had to watch his father die in the car of a preventable heat stroke at age 53. So I did a bill which said that there must be at least minimal protections for workers in the case of heat and shade, water, rest periods, and so forth. And now that bill has been made into law. And workers are protected. And I got to address the state budget deficit by doing a tax amnesty bill. You know, it hadn't been done in this country for 20 years, in the state, that is. But it was a 2-month period for people to pay their taxes without penalty. And it was supposed to bring in $300 million, but guess what it brought in? $4.3 billion. And it was the most successful tax amnesty in the nation in history.